Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Adam. How are you? Good morning. Damon, good morning. James, good morning. Pat, how are you, sir? Robert, Stephen, good morning. How you guys doing? Tassos, good morning. How is the audio coming through? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Damon. All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. And we're going to start looking at NQ. We're pretty much from a 200 NT Rinko perspective and a swing trade perspective. What we have here is a shift in the market direction and a retest of it around 712. Market made an attempt at a captain setup that failed into a switch trade, and the market right here is making another retest of the declining support. So from a swing trade perspective and a multi-day direction, we are looking, if the market close at 545, then the next major target is going to be 15,361. So it's critical for this opening range that we're going to have today, this morning, to see if we can get to that level. And if we do, then rallies are shortable, and we are looking for a push all the way down to that big target of 15,361. Now let's take the other coin of that move. What happened if harmony zone number 1 and 2 hold? Harmony zone number 1 is 595, 585 by 70.60. So those two levels, if they hold, then the market is going to migrate towards 645. If we break that, we're going to go up to 698. Okay? So, and then we're going to test this high of 717 or close to it and see how well the shorts are coming. So this current candle that we are in right now is going to be very critical depending on where it's going to close. If we close at 645, we're going to get that upward scenario. If we close at that 544, we're going to get a huge push toward that big target down, target number 2. There's a lot of space down there. So that's the swing trade look to the market. Now, looking at the 100 NT Rinko right now, the 100 NT Rinko is disconnected from the 200 NT Rinko. Okay, we got the open right now. Okay, yeah, we're getting a little bit of a push. They're holding on to harmony zone number 1 here. So they retested it and they're holding on to it. Globex, the Globex range is 620. So you have a 620 right here. It's been holding up as resistance. We're getting a push right here. The 200 and the 100 are back in sync to the long side. So the shorts are definitely taking on, they're under pressure. Good morning, Brad. How are you? James, good morning. Pat, good morning. So we could see right here how they're facing a little bit of resistance. Let's just see here. CNN. Okay, so as far as the news cycle, we have at the top of the hour consumer confidence. So we definitely want to just observing the market price action, wait for the news to show up at the top of the hour. It's consumer confidence and Richmond manufacturing, and then start putting on trades. Yeah, that was a bullish behavior right here. How the market came and tested, almost closed that candle and just bought it back up into that run into target number 2, and we're heading toward our target of 645. Harmony zone number 1 is holding up. That's the first test the market did today. Josh, good morning. Cowdog, good morning. Good morning, Hiba. Josiana. Josiana. Josiana, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Josiana, good morning. All right. Target number 2 is 6085.75 here on this rotation. So they need to see, you cannot dig in too deep into this zone here. So like that 610 needs to hold up. Okay, that's an issue. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of back and fill. So the for this rotation, the big support is going to be 585. So whatever they want to do here, they want to bounce it, come back in, consolidate, whatever they want to do, they cannot break that level. Okay, good, good, good. That's good. That's good. Let's see here, 14, 15. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of distribution going on here. I mean, it's quite obvious, right? It's how many times did we get to the top end of the Globex band and we just got faded? One, two, three, four, five, six, and six times. Sheila, good morning, Sheila. How are you? So I mean, that should be a little bit of a concern for us here. I mean, if they can continue to do this. So 604 is a critical level. The longs need to protect 604. Guys, just watch out. I'm getting reports that Apex may be slow. So if you're trading Apex, just make sure that you're... Just gonna take this one for a run and see if we can get something big going. Here it comes. Let's go. Just gonna take that trade right here for that run up. Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit more potential to it. It has a potential of getting to 645, but I took the scalping version of it. Here it comes. Whoa. Yeah, it's a nice move. Boom. Target is hit. So we took that rotation. I think we made about 10 points. Now the next target is 670. So the reason for that trade is multiple things. You got the 200 and the 100 are in sync. You had a channel number 1 and 2 established. Then you had the trend line right here marking the breakout of it. So you got that right here. And then the first target is right under the high. And if it breaks it, then you got target number 2, which is 45 as a target. So we hit our first target. We had one contract, and moving on to the next trade. So what we need to be conscious of is location. So where are we at right now? We're in the middle of the range on the 200 into Rinko. So that's an area where a pause can happen. Okay, we got about 12 minutes. 12 minutes to the top of the hour and the news. what's interesting to me is the market is slow here. They came up with this captain setup short. They switched it right here, running back to target number 2. We start breaking anything above 50. Yeah, Apex Adam. That's what I was saying earlier. It's there. So I'm getting reports that Apex is lagging. So watch out. Ooh. Ooh. From 20 to a no lag for you, Pat. Okay. So it may be on and off. Just you guys just be careful. That's all. Yep. 5 minutes. Thank you, Pat. Here we go. We're heading toward the next target, which is 670. Yeah, I definitely want to be patient and wait till the news hits. Juju, good morning. Off you go. Almost at target. 670. I'm stepping away for just a moment. I mean, they got to it to the tick. I mean, they really need to break it. Here comes the news. Big deal. Boom. All right. We hit that target. Next target is 695. Next target 695. Harmony zone number 1 shifted to 645 by 685, and harmony zone number 2 is 620 by 610. Steven. Yeah, I mean, when we're looking at ES, it's weaker than NQ. I mean, it's you could hardly hear and see any. You could hardly see any movement in ES. I mean, what do we need to see from ES? A break below Globex, which is Globex is 45.85 and a half. You see that, then that would be a triple top behavior. So we're coming to retest harmony zone number one. I mean, there's a little bit of resistance going on up here. You start breaking anything above below 640, that's an issue for NQ. Yeah, here you go. So now we're in the middle of harmony zone number one. They need to protect 632. Also, you start breaking anything under, yeah, the 632. That's an issue. Hey, good morning, Omer. So we have that channel built up right here. Let's see what they want to do here. If they start breaking anything under 35, then we're going to start getting a little bit of momentum on the downside and a back and fill and potentially consolidation between 20 and 35. So the market really, the longs need to step in and really protect the price and pump it up above 660. Yeah, if this candle that we are in closes below 640, We're gonna get a little bit of a downdraft. I mean, ES, they bounced it right back up. I mean, the shorts need to take control by closing below 45.84 and a half. The market right now in NQ is still in sync on the long side, but is experiencing a little bit of technical damage. Yeah, we're getting a bit of a slow price action. Like, what's going on here? It's 9:16. We're not getting a lot of momentum either way. I mean, we had that one trade early on, was decent, but we need a little bit more action out of this market. You start breaking anything under that 31, that will disconnect the 200 and the 100, and the shorts can start taking a little bit of control. Here it comes. So we're looking at this and we're saying, okay, what's the bottom line here? What's happening? So we have channel number one, channel number two established. We have a little bit of retracement where the 200 and the 100 are out of sync. So now the shorts can come in against that high of 670. Ultimately, anything that you do here on the short side is nothing but a scalp, because we need a complete reversal of the 200 Intirinko below the 600 in order for us to really swing trade the shorts. Okay. I like to put another trade in, but you know, we gotta see something that is worthy. Stephen, I mean, what that would have been a good trade. Just, I mean, look how congested the price is, and we're hitting harmony zone number one. I mean, there's better spots in the market, even though that one kind of worked out for a quick scalp. Yeah, I'd rather be long than short. But the big deal here is you ran into that 65 and came back to test harmony zone number one. Yeah, this market needs to either get back up to that 66 level and break it. So pullbacks will become. I know, Brad. You just really like things are just so slow. But whatever. The market is gonna be the market. We'll figure out what they're doing and jump in. I mean, we figured out this trade right here, and that actually ended up being a huge mover. Right here, you're getting that consolidation pullback. The 200 and the 100 are not in sync. That type of environment is. I need to be patient with. All right. Here we go. Yeah, we need just to expand away from these ranges, either upward or downward. Doesn't matter to me. We can't get stuck in just such a tight range. Rallies up here can on a lower high can be shortable on a scalping basis. Um, it looks like we're gonna probably come to zone number two, 620 by 610, and test that one. Here you go. No problem. At least we're getting a little bit of action. I mean, the cloud here shifted. They established harmony zone channel number 1, 2, and 2, and pushed it toward harmony zone number 2. I mean, that's a negative retracement to that overall pressure. Okay, so that doesn't mean the longs are over either. It just you're getting we're hitting the middle of the range on the 200 NT wrinkle. And we talked about it once we got there. It's like, hey, listen, this is an area where things can start to slow down, and or getting a little bit of downdraft. And that's what we're experiencing right now. Okay? But these zones are there for a reason. When they hold, the market, can build up a big base for a continuation trade on the long side. So we hit harmony zone number one, and look what we bounced once, twice, three, four times off of it. Okay, then the market gave out. Now we're coming to harmony zone number two, which is in essence the last line of defense to the longs in this structure. And here we go once. So they're running it back up. So an idea here would be, we actually need to see the 610 break. And I need to cautious myself from trying to take substandard trades. Like, okay, so I was thinking, this candle breaks lower. I can go short right here, but I have to have the potential of really putting my stop above 650. So that's a 30-point stop, and add to that trade at 645 against that stop for a momentum, a continuation trade lower. But really, you know, the market is not short yet. So I'll be taking a little bit too much of a risk taking that idea on, and I feel like it's a substandard idea, so I'm gonna just leave it alone anyway. And it never materialized anyway, but kind of always making assumptions and seeing how well your assumptions are working out. So all right, it's 9:42. How's everybody doing? You guys are awake yet? Still awake? Across the board: James, Damon, Adam, Brad, Hiba, Josiana. Any trades? Pat, Robert, Steven. Okay. So right here with this little switch trade that they just did, that could lend itself to a bit of a pressure lower. Plus 200, Robert. Okay, good job. Let's see what else we got going on here. Up to 40 for Tassos. Okay. Adam up 3,300 on 20 evals. Okay. Here, Adam is back. Adam is back. Small green plus 80, 180. Good job, Damon. All right. You got it, Adam. You got this. You got this in the bag, my friend. You must have went long in that push, right? Good job, Steven. Slow action here. Slow action. So what would be a trade that would make sense? I mean, that's what I gotta keep telling myself. Because right now, guess what's our worst enemy? Is boredom. Or boredom is gonna make us look at the market and start seeing trades that don't exist. And that is the thing I need to be cautious about more than anything else. So in an environment that is slow like this, I need to take a lot more breaks. So this way, my mind stays fresh. Okay, here we go. Let's see what they're doing. We need to see prices below 910. We start seeing 910 and below, that will put us in a position where momentum on the short sides will start picking up. If we keep doing this game of bouncing against that harmony zone number 2, then we need to gather more information. But the 910 is significant. I gotta be patient. Yeah, here we go. All right, I see what they're trying to do here. I mean, we broke the 10, but look what they just did here. They put on a captain setup long. I mean, that's just not what we want to see. All right, so what is the key? What is the move? What's the trade? What should we do? I mean, go to 595, which is the break of the 200 NT Rinko. If they do that simply, that will put us in a position where we can look at rallies as a shorting opportunity in a meaningful way. But once we get there, guess where we're at? We're in the middle of the range on the 100 NT Rinko. So we definitely need to see a bounce back before we go short. So that's the first thing. Second, if this market gathers enough strength to go above 645, then that put us in a position where the longs are resuming their effort. Okay, so above 645 and under 595. Okay, so if they get to 645, what would we do? We need a cloud that is positive. We need a new harmony wave long, and we need the signal at the beginning of that move, and then we'll start looking for entry points. So between the 645 and the 595, what should I do? Two options. Option number one, simply wait. Option number two, look for scalping opportunities on the 20 NT Rinko only. Okay, with a very, very tight stop. So that is the structure of the market. I guess there's an option number 3 by Steven here. It's called watch YouTube videos. So those are our options. Let the market come to us in one of these levels. Here you go, Damon. That's one of the options. Sit on your hand, wait for those big levels to trigger so momentum can start picking up, and then we'll play the game. I mean, so far we played the game here once for a little bit of money. I mean, in the past 2 days, I literally have one trade. Profitable, but, it's just... And I'm seeing the signals. I'm just looking for something solid that makes sense to me. So they put on a captain setup switch trade. That's just that's a positive formation right here. See that captain setup switch trade? So now we have a bottom that we need to be looking at. So as long as the price does not break 605 and does not break the 615, so that zone right here, if that holds, then the odds of us getting to 645 is higher. Okay, so I need to pay attention to that type of structure. Captain setup switch trades. We know how how the market reacts to those, right? You seeing this? That captain set up switch trade right here. That's going to be significant, actually. All right, so what is that telling me? Telling me that the pullbacks are buyable against that low, against that captain setup switch trade formation, and harmony zone number 2. So I can, hate to say it, but I could go crazy here. Let's see if we go crazy, what that looks like. Okay. Here we go. Let's see if we can get filled. All right, I'm gonna take that one right here. I actually needed to take the 655 for 20 plus points, but I took 15 points, and I'm gonna look for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Not a bad one to get involved into. I don't think I took a heat on that little entry. I don't know if anybody else jumped in. You tried on that one, no fail, really? Hey, good morning, Omer. I mean, we should have potential for a bigger run up. Be honest with you, but I took. Yeah, I needed to take the 55. My 55 most likely would not have got filled, but those are the two trades that we've done. 1024. That's the first one for 200, and this one for 289 for 491 on those two decisions. And we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Fuck off, man. Here we go. All right, so looking at this, I gotta ask myself a question. It's like, okay, how far can I hold on to this trade? I'm looking for 695. At what point would I have added to the trade? I would have needed to see a pullback and then a reversal with a signal in order for me to add to it. So since I started with one, I was hoping to get a little bit of a deeper pullback so my second one get executed. But the market just responded very well to that level and pushed in. So I have one contract. So I had a target at 50 and a target at 165. My next target is target number 2 is actually 67 right here. Okay. So I have all these targets ahead of me. And then the big one at 695. I mean, that would have been a huge money maker for me if we get up there. But the key here is just, okay, how can I hold on? So what happened if, they're doing what they're doing right now, and then they flip back to 655, then that's an adding opportunity for a run up. They're not doing that, but they're pulling back here again. What happened if they flip it to 655 again? Not 655, but 623. Yeah, I gotta speak better here. 653. So I'm constantly thinking, okay, I'm in a good trade. Let's hold on. How can I hold on? But look at the instigator for all this move. Was that captain setup switch trade right here? That was the base. See, here we go. So that's an entry. So that entry has an ad right here at that 623. I mean 653. Excuse me. And then you're looking for target number 2 on a run up, and the stop to that rising stop would be 644. So it's really kind of helpful when you have a couple of contracts to start off with, because I would have taken that one off, added here, and put the stop at 44 and look for a run up. So if it comes back and stops me here, I still make money, and I already made money before on that one contract. And then we're looking for that push. How's Pat doing today? Robert, any improvements? Sheila, how did we do? Omer, any trades? Steven, Josiana, Damon, any more trades? Adam, I don't know if you jumped in on that little trade or not. Okay. Okay, that's good. 645 area, you want to short it? Oh, the 650 area. 650 area, you want to get short here. Against a lower high. Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. Yeah, this is a setup for a push higher. I mean, the market got in sync. You're basically going against that captain setup switch trade. $100 and the 200 are in sync. Long, yep. You're seeing how that idea materialized on this continuation pressure to the upside. I mean, we see this kind of thing daily. Boom. There they go. Good job, Frida. Here we go. Omer's on the board. 185. Well, everybody in the house is making money. I love it. A T2, yeah, T2 was a good one. I mean, that big target is the 95, so that's the big one. So yeah, they may pull it back and jack around with it a little bit, but ultimately that is the big target. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Omer. Yeah, they should pause it here and pull back a little bit. I mean, pullbacks are buyable. I mean, against a couple of things. One of them, you have harmony zone number one, which is 45 by 35. Then you got zone two is 20 by 10. Okay, so we came in and they made the market look desperate, to be honest with you. They made it look desperate, but we said that we need to break below the 10, and ultimately we need to go to that 595 in order for the 200 NT Rinko to be in sync with the 100, and that will put the market in harmony. Okay, and then they put a captain set up here, so it's like, okay, well, that should not happen if they are weak. Then they put a captain set up switch trade, which is right here. We said, okay, well, that's going to be a base for a run up, and the stops to any long should be between the 15 to that bottom, which is 05. Then they flip the cloud and give us channel number one, and we picked it off really nicely for a 15 pointer. Okay, and then you got the continuation trade, and that's where we at right now. We talked about them coming to target number one, flipping. If they did that, that would be an entry point and an add-on to this existing position for a run up to target number two. And this is where we at right now, and we're heading to target 695. So that's the sequence of logic and thought process that got this trade going. Now the question here is in NQ. Is target number one pullbacks too deep of a pullback for an entry? What you will find out when the market does this is they will bring it in to the harmony wave right here and or the middle of the range and bounce it right back. And the way the market is looking, I doubt that we see target number one. So it's going to be a little bit more of a shallower pullback than a pullback that will test the whole break of 645. Most likely we'll get to 695 before we get any substantial pullback. I mean, like right here we're at target number 3 on the 100 NT Rinko. Like right here we should have pulled back already. But the question is, from those good entry points, what would what would have we had to do in order to stick around? And we talked about it. It's like, okay, well, two contracts, you take one contract off, you go break even. The pullback to target number one, and they give us a one candle reversal. That's a continuation trade long. Then I have this target to go, and I can take that one contract off, then trail the rest one candle behind. Now, if I am a bit more aggressive in this rotation and I feel like we're getting a bigger move, then that gives me the opportunity to actually sit down and look at a stop at target number one. So I'll give it all that room on that one last contract after making that money to pull back. But what does that mean? That means that I'm looking for bigger targets. I'm looking at 750, 800. So this way, that pullback, if it stops me, the one time it runs up to a bigger target, it's worth it for me. Okay. Now, if you're trading Apex, that logic, you have to be a lot more tighter than that. You would have to kind of almost take it with a one candle reversal because of the threshold. If you're trading your own personal account, then you have the leverage and to really kind of take on a bigger trade, because you're running into 712 right now, and 712, also 715 is that high. It's 10:46. We got 14 minutes to the top of the hour. Okay. By the way, I'm just putting that code out there for Apex. They still have their 80%. I think it's going to end at the end of the month. So if you're looking to add any more, and that is the code for us to get that discount. All right. So what's the next step here? I mean, we know what our target is. What we're looking for is a pullback to jump in. I mean, where could that pullback take us to? What we're seeing here is the harmony wave is taking us all the way here, and we're about to disconnect from that harmony wave right now. So that could pull us to 59, basically 60, 55. And there you need to see a bounce back. And that will be an entry point. Preferably, you see this run down here, and you get a run, a pullback, and a higher low, then a new harmony wave showing up. So if that happens in and around this area right here, then that will be a good trade to take us all the way up to this target, which is the 695. We hit 695, then we have the next target coming up. But where we at from the bigger Rinko frame, look where we at. We're at the top of the end of the cloud, and we're testing the 715 in essence if we get up there. So that's going to be an area where the pullbacks, you need to be, you almost have to have a deeper pullback in order for me to participate, because we're coming into a very solid resistance area. I mean, for them to come down to the 45.35 level, you're retesting harmony zone number one, and it's one of those things that I think if they do that, it makes the market a little bit weaker. Can I send my 200 chart? Send where? Adam, I'm not understanding that question, buddy. So Adam, let me just show you under indicator on a 200 in the Rinko chart. Just put the Aura Cloud Globex You don't even need to put the Globex band, but just you do the Aura Cloud, shadow trend, swing trade, and super trend. And so basically all these 2, 4, 5, put all those 4, 5 files in, and you're good to go. You'll see the same thing I'm seeing. Yeah, so where we at right now is where the market needs to come in and put a higher low. We start dipping to the 50, 40, and Damon saying 684. Well, that's the bottom end of that. That's that spot right here, right? The market repeats itself, but doesn't repeat itself exactly the same way. So for them to come back down to the 684, I don't know if I would be interested in actually buying this anymore. Because you're putting on technical damage at that point. A higher low here, or anywhere around that 52, 55 will keep the integrity of the market, and it gives us a higher low. But whenever the market just runs up very strongly up, then retraces almost past 50% of that move, you just, all you did is just trap a bunch of people. And now that will lend itself to really a move where the market can collapse to the downside if you do that. So I need to be cautious. We need higher lows in and around this area we are in to keep the integrity of this move alive. But it all depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're going for a scalp of 5 points, yeah, you'll find a lot of spots, and 34 is a good spot for that type of trade too. If you're looking for that type of moves where the market is just hitting big target after another one, then the market needs to structure itself in a different way. Anyway, guys, it's 11:04. And that pretty much kind of concludes my morning. So we had 2 trades. We made 2 decisions. We were patient. We were deliberate. And we took it. I mean, not a lot of volume, really. But we're up 491 on 2 contracts, on 2 decisions. And that's it for me. We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, take care, Damon. Everybody else, take care. Good job, everybody.